This is the Orioles POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this Sunday edition of the Baltimore Orioles POSTCAST, live on YouTube and available on demand wherever you get your podcasts for free. As always, my name is Luke Slabaugh, and I'm the post-game show host here on Locked On Orioles, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Today, we celebrate a 5-1 win for the Baltimore Orioles over the visiting Colorado Rockies. The O's take the series 2-3, and they improve to 11 games under 500. Go ahead before we continue. If you're watching here live on the stream or you're commenting on the replay, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the game, the thoughts on the series. Of course, it's the lowly Rockies, 51 games under 500 after today. And let me know your player of the game. There are plenty of candidates to choose from, and we'll go through each one, focusing on the offense in the first block, and then right-hander Tomoyuki Sagano in the pitching in the second block. Some really good defensive plays, some web gems, if you will, on this Sunday afternoon win for the O's at Camden Yards. First, we got to put some respect on Tyler ONeill's name.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Availability is the best ability, and for most of 2025, Tyler ONeill has not had that. This is his 37th game of the season, had a neck injury, then a shoulder impingement, and so he hasn't had the chance to really prove himself. Orioles fans who expected to compete this year, most of you, I assume all of you, wanted to go for a pennant this season, were disappointed that ONeill could not contribute. Had a good start late March, early April, showed a hint of what he could do against left-handed pitching and the slugging that he was brought over after a good year in Boston last year with 30 home runs. It hasn't been there. And now we're starting to see the lights turn on a little bit from a healthy Tyler ONeill. 3 straight games with a home run for T.O. First time since 2021 that he's done that. Back with the Cardinals when he also hit 30 home runs, won a Gold Glove, played at an all-star caliber level. And yes, the season is seemingly out of reach. The O's are 11 games under 500, and they appear to be flipping their short-term assets, their expiring contracts at the trade deadline. That appears to be the strategy with the departures of Brian Baker and Gregory Soto. And probably a few to come in these next 3 to 4 days when the Toronto Blue Jays come to town. We'll take you bottom 3. 1 out, left-hander Austin Gomber, former Cardinal teammate of Tyler ONeill on the mound. Gunnar Henderson, with 1 out, hits a jam shot to right field, curveball up that he really liked. Good piece of hitting by Gunnar today and a spectacular day for him that we'll get into in a little bit. He steals second base, his 14th of the year. And then Tyler ONeill gets a fastball low and in, digs down for it. He's a good low ball hitter. And against the left-hander, his eyes light up. Gomber, not a hard thrower. And ONeill puts a charge into it, out into the left field seats, projected distance of 433 feet for a home run in his 3rd consecutive game. A good showing against ONeill. Yes, it's the Colorado Rockies, but you'd rather have that than the opposite, right? And he adds a walk later in the game in the bottom of the 8th. The OPS now up to 724, and good to get that on-base percentage up above 300. There is a better eye at the plate from Tyler ONeill than what you have seen through these first 37 games he's contributed to the 25 Orioles. And the game-winning hit came an inning prior, courtesy of his former Cardinals teammate and reserve outfielder Dylan Carlson.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
You remember that 2-week stretch earlier in the season where Dylan Carlson was super hot and was making the plays out in the outfield, and you saw a little bit of a picture of what he could be, a former first-round draft pick by the Cardinals, a 17-year-old from the Bay Area, and getting a second chance here with the Orioles. You look ahead to 2026 and you don't exactly know where he fits in. Quality depth has been the issue that's all around exposed by the Orioles. The next man up mentality hasn't worked, but it worked today. One out, bottom second, Gomber on the mound still. Cedric Mullins works a good walk. And Kobe Mayo puts a charge into a hanging breaking ball, hits it down the left field line, a two-base hit. Mullins parks it at third. So runners in scoring position for Dylan Carlson. Fastball down and in, switch hitter hitting right against Gomber. He hits it to left field, and 2 runs come across to score. Makes it a 2-1 ball game. Dylan Carlson with the game-winning hit. The O's finished the series 14 for 31 with runners in scoring position. That's good for a .451 batting average. Granted, that number is hyperinflated by 11 for 19 showing yesterday in that 18-0 win over the Colorado Rockies. In the final 2 games, they go 13 for 25. Not bad at all. Coming up, we'll take a look at your votes for player of the game. We're going to go through an incredible pitching performance from Tomoyuki Sagano, picks himself up after a second inning blunder. And we'll go through the defense making some good flashy plays, and Gunnar Henderson running the base paths with reckless abandon. Some injury news as well. Help is on the way for this 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. This is the Baltimore Orioles postcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Thanks for joining us. Please stick with us. Show is brought to you by Monarch Money. Makes managing your money feel easier. You're in the driver's seat. Monarch Money is more than a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So in addition to managing your money, you're also building wealth. And the thing for me that I'll be looking ahead to in my finances, paring down on the apps. The millennials and Gen Z types, the Gen A's. Oh, it's $9.99 a month for this. Amazon's charging 14 something for this. These streaming services and stuff add up. And my goal in 2026, because this year is lost, is no streaming services. None. Sorry, Fubo. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. We love having Gameday Hue in the fold. Gameday Hue makes clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. If you're watching here on the YouTube stream, I'm holding up the black and white classic hat. You can get these in any color if you go to GamedayHue.com. But this is kind of a all scenarios type of everyday hat that I can wear. It's the traditional fit, got a little bit of a longer bill. The modern fit, I got an orange and black, anticipating a series win for the Baltimore Orioles here. It's really nice. You got the orange on the bill as well. Nice and broken in. It's about letting your colors speak for you. And they do a really good job at making it. It's well built. It's comfortable. I love it. And it's not just the hats. For those of you who like to golf, 'tis the season. I got an Orioles-inspired golfing glove. Orange and white. Orange down on the palm and then the white on the top. It looks really good. I'm looking forward to a few top golf outings with this bad boy. You can get this for a fan or just a beloved family member who needs some new swag. It's really fresh. I really like it. And right now you can get 15% off with code MLB15 at GamedayHue.com. That's GamedayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals. So now's the time to get yours. Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GamedayHue.com, code MLB15. Thanks to Gameday Hue for sponsoring this show.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
You needed your best performance from Tomoyuki Sagano in this rubber game. Offense got off to a good start, put 4 runs on the board early, and then fizzled out until the 9th. Got some runners on, but couldn't really convert, couldn't put them in scoring position beyond the 6th. So having Tomo come through with his 8th quality start of the year was just magic. And for that, he is our player of the game. Don't anticipate him getting flipped because this is his first year stateside. And you're taking a little bit of a gamble if you're another GM in the league, trying to get him from one environment where he's just getting comfortable to another. However, this is a 1-year deal. It's an expiring contract, and you're not sure if Tomo Sagano will have an Orioles uniform in 2026. I've seen some talk on Twitter. One of my followers and Orioles fans says that it's very nerve-wracking for her to watch him kind of nibble at the zone. You don't exactly know what you're getting. He's not overpowering hitters. And that is true. That is Tomoyuki Sagano. We've seen him get shelled before. We've seen him have an excellent stretch with ERA around 3 for a good part of this season. And the command was better today. He mostly stayed out of the heart of the plate. Just one error mentally, pitching-wise, command-wise. And 2 thumbs up. He's our player of the game. Was touching 95 early in this game. Struck out Mickey Moniak on a fastball high. And had a couple of walks, but otherwise really good. The one mistake, top second after striking out Yanquiel Fernandez with a sweeper in the dirt, 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. He's cruising now. Leaves a hanging breaking ball out over the plate to Warming Bernabel. Warming Bernabel. Not a household name. In fact, his second major league game. Had an infield hit last night for his first career hit and launched one into the left field bleacher just over that porch, mind you, actually, the home run splash zone. So good souvenir. Hopefully Warming Bernabel got his first career home run back. And this whole time, I'm thinking, Warming Bernabel sounds like, first of all, grade A name, like top name in baseball, 80 grade name. But this whole time I'm thinking like Warming Bernabel is a name people are going to ask about in 20 years. And someone is going to just say, like, that's a supporting actor's name in a Hallmark movie. Like, coming soon on Hallmark, The Christmas Train 2 with Dermot Mulroney, Kimberly Williams, Paisley, Danny Glover, and Warming Bernabel. Just what it sounds like. No? No? Top 3, Sagano gets Freeman, Kyle Freeman on the splitter. Gets him pretty good. Excuse me, Tyler Freeman. Get him mixed up with Kyle Freeland sometimes. He strikes out. And then we want to talk a little bit about the defense. Ezekiel Tovar getting a ground ball up the middle. And Gunnar Henderson diving glove side with this amazing picking it up and catching it, throwing him out. Great diving play by Gunnar. And we even go a little bit further, moving on to, I believe it was the 6th. Tovar again hitting up the middle. This time Jordan Westberg with a great diving play. And he had the range at Mississippi State playing shortstop. Incredible, incredible play. And Sagano, who had walked Jordan Beck twice, freezes him with a 2-2 sinker at the knees, then strikes out Tyro Estrada with a sweeper outside. Really good stuff. Good break. Loved it from Sagano. In the 4th as well, getting Yanquiel Fernandez on a breaking ball down, a strike him out, throw him out. Alex Jackson behind the plate, gunning down Jordan Beck at second base. Gunnar slapping the tag on him. Man, really, really good stuff. And Sagano got his revenge on Bernabel as well. In the 5th, top of the 5th, he strikes out Bernabel on a sweeper, tailing into the other batter box. And had a 1st and 3rd jam with 2 outs, and he struck out Mickey Moniak to get out of it. 8th quality start of the year for Tomo, 6 innings pitched, an earned run on that home run, 4 hits, 2 walks, none of which come around to score, and 8 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts ties a career high. Gunnar Henderson dazzling. 1 out, top of the 9th, runner on first base. Yes. Dazzling in the field one more time, mind you. Top of the 9th, Austin Nola, 1 out, runner on first, tapper up the middle. Gunnar barehands it, throws to Kobe Mayo for the out. A really nice play on a chopper. I want to take you back to the bottom of the 8th, though. Excuse me. Ramon Laureano singles, and then Gunnar Henderson hits what is an easy double play ball. Warming Bernabel comes up with it, throws it to the shortstop. There's a force out there at second, and then the throw coming around from Tovar, is into the Baltimore dugout. So Gunnar takes second base. It essentially works as a sacrifice bunt. Tyler O'Neill at the plate, right-hander Jaden Hill on the mound, and he is missing with his control. Was ahead in the count 1-2. And then on a 2-2 pitch, slider out of the box goes away and tailing away from the catcher, goes to the backstop. Gunnar advances to third base, and then he picks up that Jaden Hill is not even motioning towards the plate to cover. And Gunnar makes the round around third and sprints home, slides head first, and there's no play. Gets a great insurance run for the O's, makes it 5-1, and just a dazzling play on the base paths for Gunnar Henderson. Couple of news and notes. Manager Tony Mansolino, interim manager, said that Adley Rutschman and left-hander Keegan Aiken are set to be activated from the injured list tomorrow. This is good news, as Adley is expected to catch, and there are roster decisions to be made for GM Mike Elias. Do they continue with 3 catchers to ease Adley back into the swing of things? That had been a point of contention among Orioles fans in late June, where you would have Gary Sanchez DH and Adley catch, or vice versa. And then one of them would go down or hurt themselves. It happened when Gary Sanchez hit his knee. Then you have to forfeit the DH if one of those has to come into the game. So it might work to carry 3 catchers. Samuel Basallo. Who knows? And that leaves a good question for 2026, but that is Connor Newcomb's domain, and he'll get into that a little bit. But it might be a smart move to carry 3 catchers for the O's, depending on what their roster makeup looks like and what moves they make at the trade deadline. They carry on. They have 4 games in 3 days against the Toronto Blue Jays. That one April game was rained out and pushed into this doubleheader game on Tuesday, I believe. It's O's and Blue Jays, 4 games in 3 days. Right-hander Zach Eflin expected to take the bump tomorrow. He's 6-5 with a 5.78 ERA. Right-hander Chris Bassett gets the mound for Toronto, 11-4 with a 3.88 ERA. You'll recall on the 30th of March, that first series of the year, he went head-to-head against Tomoyuki Sagano, that truncated 4-inning start for Tomo. It's a 3-1 ball game that the Blue Jays won. 6 innings pitched for Bassett, 1 run given up. And that is a 6:35 first pitch on Masson. And that'll do it for the Baltimore Orioles postcast here on this Sunday. Enjoy this series win. It's the Rockies, yes. You deserve good things. And I'm happy to be one of them. Final score, the Baltimore Orioles 5 and the Colorado Rockies 1. Good night, stay safe, and I will see you right back here tomorrow night.